This video contains images that may disturb some viewers.
Ade Jalal sends his son to school each day expecting he'll be safe. But a free school meal prompted a week-long stay in hospital for 17-year-old Aldo Revaldo.
I had a headache. Then 20 minutes later, I felt stomach pain, then chest pain, shortness of breath. I was immediately taken away and I fainted.
Aldo and his classmates had just finished lunch when they suddenly fell ill. Dozens of students were rushed to hospital. Parents arrived to find their children in immense pain.
People were frantic. This was the worst medical condition that's ever happened to my son.
The free meals were provided under a national program spearheaded by Indonesia's President, Prabowo Subianto. The goal is to improve Indonesia's childhood malnutrition rates. But poor sanitation, improper use of ingredients and slow distribution times have been blamed for students becoming sick across the country. Some have reported finding maggots in their meals. An Indonesian education monitor estimates more than 16,000 children have been food poisoned since the program started in January.
We are right now in the process of expansion, but later on next year we are in the process of evolving. We are improving and we grow wiser. Then we are aligning what is happening on the ground. Of course, this is not a perfect story, but this is a story of progress.
The Indonesian government has acknowledged deficiencies in the program and it's issued new guidance on sanitation, supervision, sterilisation and testing. This kitchen in East Jakarta says it adheres to strict standards and sends samples to a lab to test for Salmonella and E. coli.
I feel sad seeing the children suffer in the hospital. It's caused by kitchens that did not follow the rules. We're doing our best here, but out there at other kitchens, people make mistakes.
But smaller and remote facilities don't always have the same resources.
A problem could come from either worker inexperience or a nutritionist who is less attentive. This is what could lead to food poisoning.
Despite its failings, there's plenty of support for the program. Tens of millions of people across Indonesia live in poverty, and feeding children properly can be a significant challenge. The question is, can trust be restored in the program as it expands rapidly?
The price tag is another concern. This year, the program known locally as MBG is expected to cost the equivalent of 9 billion Australian dollars. Next year, it's tipped to rise to $30 billion, much of which will come from the education budget, sparking protests from mothers' groups who are worried about safety and spending.
This government is cutting education funding and turning it into free food and making people dependent on it.
The free school meals still haven't returned to Aldo's school.
I don't want to eat the free meals again. I feel traumatised. As well as my friends, we don't want it back.
A significant task ahead to convince families otherwise. Tim Swanston, ABC News, West Java.